How do you actually sell your books on Amazon? That is what I will be covering in this video today. So I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step walkthrough of everything you need to do in order to get your first book listed for sale on Amazon KDP. Now, this video is going to be most beneficial for beginners, but it could also be helpful for anyone who's always just looking to up their game. So you may find a tip or trick that could be useful for you on your journey. So if you are ready to start your publishing journey, then this video is for you. Hey, if you're new here, and hey, if you are coming back, my name is Shanice, and my purpose is to ensure that online moneymakers are able to, one, maximize their presence, and two, increase their sales. And my goal for this video is to walk you through a step-by-step approach to publishing your books on Amazon KDP. As we look to hop into this video, I do want to start off by providing just a general overview of Amazon KDP so that if you are just starting out, you can have a clear understanding of what this is. Now, Amazon KDP is a platform that allows people to self-publish books. So you create a book, you upload it to Amazon KDP, and then Amazon is going to take care of printing that book and sending it to your customer. So with an approach like this, you never have to touch inventory. All you need to do is create an amazing book and make sure to market that book so that you are able to be successful. So we're actually going to go ahead and hop right into this video. There is a lot to cover and I do not want to waste your time. Let's go. First thing you need to do in order to sell your books on Amazon KDP is, well, have an Amazon KDP account. So you want to go to kdp.amazon.com. You're going to get to this page and you either need to join KDP if you haven't signed up as yet, or you can go ahead and sign in. So once you do that, then your account is going to be ready to start publishing. It's actually a really simple process. So go ahead and either create your account or sign into KDP. Once you sign into KDP, you are going to see a page like this. And this is actually where you would need to start creating your book. So we're actually going to come back to this page because in order to submit a book to Amazon, you need to have a book. So let's go ahead and quickly talk about a couple of ways that you can ensure that you have a book ready to upload to Amazon KDP. There are a number of ways to ensure that you have a book ready to upload to Amazon KDP. One approach is to use a tool like BookBolt that is going to allow you to easily create your books to upload. Now, BookBolt is a fantastic tool. A lot of people use BookBolt to create things like puzzle books, coloring books, activity books, and things of that nature. Now, if you want to create a puzzle book or just see how BookBolt works, then I'm going to link a video for you that's going to walk you through step by step of how to create a puzzle book using BookBolt. Now, the second approach you could take is to use a platform like Canva to create your book. So Canva is an amazing resource. You can do lots of things with Canva. And again, I do have a video that shows you step by step how to create your book using Canva. So go ahead and check out that video. It's going to be linked in the description as well if you want to create a journal or a book using Canva. Another approach you could take is to use a site like CreativeFabria. And on CreativeFabria, there are lots of different templates that you can download and use for commercial purposes. A lot of times, these are KDP ready templates that you can edit in a software like Canva and then go ahead and use that to upload onto Amazon KDP. Of course, another option here could be to use tools like Google Docs, Apple Pages, Microsoft Word, or even PowerPoint to create your book to get ready to upload onto KDP. Whichever method you choose, you do need to ensure that your book has the correct sizing and that you are able to match that book to KDP's specification. There is a fifth option, which is the option that I'm going to use today, and that is to become a member here on my channel, Shanice on Biz. I do have two levels of membership. The first one is $2.99 each month, and that is for anyone who's just looking to support my channel. I do put a lot of work into these videos and everything counts. The second level of membership is $6.99 each month, and with this level of membership, I do give you free templates each and every month. So these are templates that can be used for commercial purposes. And this is another way that you can get templates that are already created where all you need to do is make simple edits so that you can start selling your books online. And we're actually going to be working out of a file that I have for people who are in my membership group. I just started it, so there's not a whole lot in there, but it is so helpful. And so that's where we're going to be operating as I look to make this video for you today. So far in this group, I have 3 files. So the first file is a spreadsheet, and I'm going to open up that spreadsheet and show you exactly what it looks like. If you want to get a copy for yourself, then go ahead and join my membership group and you will get instant access to this spreadsheet. The second file is an interior file, and this is a file that you can use to create a nice lined journal to sell on Amazon KDP. The third file is a cover file, and this is for 6x9 journals, typically with 120 pages. So this is going to be something that you can use to easily create your interior and then your cover to go ahead and get your book ready to upload on Amazon KDP. All right, so this is the spreadsheet that I have created for the people in my membership group. So I'm going to quickly walk you through everything that's in this spreadsheet and how you're going to use this as your hub for creating your books on Amazon KDP. So the very first thing I like to do whenever creating books for Amazon is to pre-plan. So I already know I want to create a journal, and so this is a spreadsheet that you can use to kind of keep track of that. So here in the very first column, you have your book title. So for today's video, the title of my book is going to be Boss Business Journal. You also have a section for your subtitle. For today's video, that is going to be a daily reflection notebook for growing entrepreneurs. I also have book type. Let me show you what that includes. So for book type, you can choose between journal, puzzle book, coloring book, nonfiction book, children's book, but you can always add on more categories and kind of delete it so that it matches what you do in your business. The next thing is author, and for author, I do have it where you can choose different pen names, right? So if you have a different brand or a different pen name, you can decide which pen name is this book going to be published under. The next thing we have is keywords. So keywords is very, very important for Amazon KDP. People are not going to see your books if you do not have your keywords and your categories. So there is a section to make sure that you are doing your keyword research and you are putting your books into the correct categories. Next thing is a description. So all books do need to have a book description. So you can use different online softwares to help you come up with a copy to use as your book description. The next thing is the price of your book. So just determine what you want your book to sell for. If you have a tool like BookBold, you can utilize the feature in BookBold that shows you the average price, or you can just kind of look on Amazon and kind of see what other people are pricing their books at. I think $6.99, $7.99, $8.99, those are all great prices for simple lined journals. But of course, you can sell your book for whatever you want to. The next section is a notes section. So this section is for you to just write anything that you need to jot down about your book, either how it's performing, any changes that you made, if you got an audit. So I do self-publishing audits. So if you got an audit, you can use this section to kind of write any notes that you need to write. Of course, I am showing this video here on YouTube, so I did make sure to put a note. Do not copy this journal, you guys. I didn't vet any of these keywords. This isn't something that you can just take and run with, so do not copy any information that is in this video or on this spreadsheet. Now, of course, this spreadsheet is really easy to create, especially because I just showed you the exact spreadsheet here on YouTube. So feel free to go ahead and create your own. If you want to skip the whole create your own process, or if you just want to support my channel, then go ahead and join my membership group so that you can get a copy of this for free. So here we are back into the membership hub, and what we're going to click on is actually this Freeline Journal. So when you click on this PDF, you are able to download your files. So when we click on that one, it is going to take us to Canva, where you can make a copy of this template so that you can use it in your business. All right, so once you make a copy of the file, it is going to open up for you and you can go in and make your edits. So you can keep the This Journal Belongs To page. You can change up the quote that's here. So put your own quote, put your website to make sure you're branding your books, and then you have the lined pages in this journal. So this journal is actually pretty much ready to go. All it needs is a great cover. So now we need a cover. So here from the membership hub, all you need to do is click on free journal cover. Again, it's going to open up this document and you can choose, do you want the PDF editable cover file or do you want the PNG? Now you can kind of just turn down the transparency and delete. So for purposes of this video, we're going to go ahead with the PNG. So this is what it's going to open up for you, and this is where you are going to start designing the cover of your journal. All right, so I am done with my simple cover. Once you are done designing your cover, you do need to download this as a PDF, right? So go ahead and download your file as a PDF and save it to your computer. In terms of your interior, you also do need to make sure that you download your interior as a PDF. So go ahead and do that and save it to your computer. Once you have both files downloaded, it is now time to create your book. So once you log into KDP, you do need to click on Create. We're going to select a paperback book. Now, if you're doing hardcover, you would select hardcover book. If you're doing ebook, you would select that, so on and so forth. For today, we're doing paperback. Once you get into this page, this is where you're going to start filling in the details for your book. So the very first thing we can see here that we need is a book title. So you would just go over to your spreadsheet. That's a good thing about having it already done. And you can literally just copy and paste over that information. Same thing for your subtitle. You just want to go ahead and copy and paste over that information. Now, this is not going to be a series, and low content books are not eligible to become a series. So just skip this section unless, this does apply to you. We're also going to skip edition number. So this is great if you are republishing a book, if you've updated it. But for us, we're going to skip that completely today. Next thing you need is your author. So of course, if you're publishing under different pen names, you do want to make sure you're keeping track of that so you can publish a book under the right name. Remember that certain details you cannot change after publishing, and the name of the author is one of them. So make sure that you're being very careful as you're filling out this information. The next thing you need is, of course, your book description. So again, go over to your spreadsheet and copy that over into Amazon KDP. All right, so as we go down here, there are a couple of things that you need to check off. So I do own the copyright to this book, so make sure that you're selecting that unless, you don't own the copyright, and that's another story. But typically, if you're creating your book, it's an original design. If you used something like CreativeFabria, they do have licensing, so make sure to go ahead and read those terms and conditions. If you use Canva to create your book, again, make sure you're reading terms and conditions to make sure that you're doing everything correctly. For purposes of this video, I do own the copyright, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. And if you get the free template from me and you edit it, you change the quote, you put your website, you do own that. So don't worry about like a lined journal. Ain't nobody coming for you for no lines, girl. So just go ahead and use that template and feel free. Yes, you own the copyright. No, my book does not have any explicit images. I don't need to select a reading age because I don't have any explicit information in there. I do want my primary marketplace to be Amazon.com. So that's the one that we have here in the US. Choose your book categories. So you can use a tool like BookBolt again to kind of help you get some categories, or you can kind of just browse through what Amazon has and see what fits best. Now, if you've been on my channel for a minute, y'all know I got into some deep trouble for categories, from KDP. Of course, my account is back. It is reinstated, which is good. Thank God. I thank God so much for that. But I'm not going to go ahead and give y'all too much insight on this category thing but go ahead and choose a category that best represents your book. All right, so as soon as you're done selecting your categories, the next thing you need to make sure to pay attention to is this box right here. So this says, does your book classify as any of these types? So is your book a low content book like a journal, a notebook, or a planner? Or is your book a large print book like 16-point font or greater? So for us, our book is a low content book because it is a journal. So just make sure to pay attention to this box. So we're going to go ahead and click on low content book. All right, now we are at the keywords. So again, you would have needed to have done some keyword research. So perhaps you used BookBolt or you use a tool like Publisher Rocket, whatever you used to do your research, you want to go ahead and put those keywords in here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy over my keywords. I do have them. So let's copy over the first one. And then I'll probably do the rest off camera and then come back. But you want to make sure that you put one keyword per box and make sure that these are keywords that you researched well. So don't just put journal, poems, don't put any of that stuff. Make sure that you're trying to put phrases as much as possible. Some people say try not to repeat words, but listen, you got to do the best you could do. So go ahead and fill out your keywords. And listen, if you ever need an audit or if you ever need someone to look at your keywords or to help you find keywords, then go ahead and set up a session with me. This could be 15 minutes or 45 minutes. I'm more than happy to walk you through, help you find keywords, and just help you to really get your book published. All right, so the next thing is the publication date. You have two options. So was this book already published? You would select that. I am publishing this book today for the first time. So we're just going to go ahead and select the first option. Publication date and release date are the same. All right, so when do you want your book to be available for sale? Do you want to schedule your book release? This might be new, you guys. I don't know if they had this before. So that's really good that they're now allowing people to schedule paperback book releases. Didn't know they had that before. So I may need to look into that a little bit more. But we're going to actually let this book be available for sale as soon as they get done with the approval process. So go ahead and release my book for sale now. All right, so once we get to this page, we do have a couple of things that we need to fill in. So the first thing you would notice here is that KDP is letting you know that low content books do not get their free ISBN. So we would actually go ahead and select publish without an ISBN. Now, if you worked really hard on this journal and you poured your heart out into it and you went ahead and purchased your own ISBN, you would select use my own ISBN. But if you don't have one, you didn't purchase one, you don't care because it's a low content book, then go ahead and publish without an ISBN. All right, so now you need to select the interior color. So what do you want the interior of your book to look like? So I typically go ahead with the standard black and white interior with white paper. This is usually going to be one of the cheaper options. Next, you need to select your trim size. So make sure that the trim size that you put here matches the book you either created in BookBolt, on Canva, the templates you downloaded. You want to make sure that they match up or you're going to get errors and it's not going to allow you to publish your book. So of course, 6x9 is one of the most common book sizes. So this happens to be the default. This just so happens to be the size of the book that we have. If it wasn't, we would just click in to select a different size and you would just choose the one that most applies to you. So we're going to leave that as 6x9. So this section, does your book have bleed or no bleed? Ours does not have bleed. And bleed just means that your content is running into your margins. Our content is not running into our margins. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it as no bleed. Now, in terms of the cover, do you want your cover to be glossy or matte? Now, glossy is really, really good. So like this journal that I have here, this is glossy. So this is what glossy would look like. I don't have a matte on hand right now. I don't feel like going to search for it, but I do have a video on my channel that shows you the difference between the glossy and the matte. So go ahead and check that out. We're going to choose glossy for purposes of this video. Now your manuscript. So your manuscript is your interior file. So it's the PDF that we downloaded earlier. So go ahead and find that PDF on your computer and upload it into KDP. All right, so I've already put in my file. It is taking a little while to upload. Once it does its thing, we're going to be able to move to the next step. All right, so now that it's ready, you have two options for your cover. So you can use KDP's cover creator. Honestly, it's a little wonky. I don't personally like it. So I always have my cover ready as a PDF. So we would go ahead and select this option that says Upload a cover, you already have, and it does tell you it needs to be PDF only. All right, so I have selected my cover file and it is currently being uploaded. Both of my files have been uploaded, but it is taking some time to process. So we're gonna go ahead and fill in the additional details and wait for that preview to pop up. You do have to look at the preview before moving on to the next step. So is this AI generated content? So I do not have any AI generated content in my book, so we're gonna click no. But if you have AI generated content, feel free to disclose this. What I would say is pay attention to what is AI generated content. All right, so once you've made your selection, we're gonna go ahead and launch Previewer. All right, so this is the preview of our book. And remember, I created a KDP ready interior file for you all in my membership group. So you're not gonna have any issues. Listen, no red marks. I created this file perfectly for you all. Everything looks really good, so we can go ahead and click approve. Now, if you have any issues with your interior, so if anything is in the margins, you're gonna get some red information over here on this side. So it's going to be red and it's gonna tell you exactly like which pages have the issues. So you would need to just go back to your original file and make any edits that you need to make. So we're gonna go ahead and hit approve on this and move on to the next step. All right, so once you hit approve, Amazon is going to actually show you how much it's going to cost you to print this book. So they're saying that it's going to cost $2.44 to print this book. So let's go ahead and save and continue. All right, so we are almost done. We're at the very last page. All right, so the next thing is territories. Now, this is saying that do you have the right to sell your book in all territories? Now, could be a very complicated or very simple question. I'm just gonna always assume that yes, I do. But if you have a special case, you have some different things going on, then make the selection that's best for you. So again, we already said our primary marketplace, we do want that to be Amazon.com. Now they're asking you, how much are you going to sell this book for? So we had already decided to sell this book for $6.99. So let's go ahead and put in $6.99. Now, once you put that in, Amazon is going to let you know how much will you get when you sell a book. So here they're telling us that for each book sale, you're going to get $1.75. Now, if you're like, this is too low, feel free to adjust your price. Go ahead and adjust your price until you get a royalty amount that you are good with. So I am good with $2.35. So we're actually going to keep this as $7.99 instead of $6.99. Now for accuracy, you do want to go back to your spreadsheet and put that in there. So we're going to leave this as $7.99. Now the next thing is, do you want to change your prices for other countries? Now, this is something that you can do if you want to do. I have had cases where I did change my prices for other countries, but for purposes of this video, we're going to go ahead and leave the same price in every territory. Now, once you are done with that, you would be able to publish this book once you have set up your KDP account. I'm actually not going to obviously publish this book, but you would publish your book once you have everything set up and you're all good to go. All right, and so there you have it. This has been my tutorial on how to actually sell your books on Amazon. I did get a lot of people in my comments just saying like, you know, people spend so much time on the design, but they never actually walk us through how to upload our book into Amazon. So I really wanted to make this video so that you all can have just like a step-by-step walkthrough. Of course, nothing I share in this video is legal advice. Nothing I share in this video is financial advice. Any type of advice that you could sue me for, nothing in this video is that. What this video is information and educational purposes only, okay? So make sure you take things with a grain of salt. Make sure you do your own research, because at the end of the day, this is your book, your journey, and your business. Now, my name is Shanice, and if you made it here but you haven't subscribed, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you to hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video from me. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up and drop me a comment if you enjoyed this video or found it useful. Listen, I love to hear from you all, and I do try my best to respond to your comments. So go ahead and drop me a comment. Last thing, make sure that you are signing up for my membership group here on YouTube. So it is $6.99 each month, as I said, for the investor, and you will get immediate access to all of the things that we used in this video today. Now, if $6.99 is too much of a commitment for you, but you do want to support my channel, then you can go ahead and sign up for the Appreciator, which is $2.99 each month. And listen, I really do put a lot into these videos. YouTube does take up a lot of my time. So if you find this video helpful, or any video on my channel, if any video on my channel has been helpful to you, then I would really appreciate it if you can, show your support by signing up for that membership at $2.99 each month. Now, until next time, keep designing your dream life and business. Bye!